I'm your comedian and I am here to take all your pain. See, I live in the eye of a hurricane. It's only vibrations I'm sending in waves. I'm your dealer and healer as your sorrows I sell jokes for clown, and I'll never run out, 'cause this is the world of boy and girl, heartbreak, love unfurled, and there's sadists and rapists, and you need to pay this and that, and that makes your mom real sick, and you want to rage and tell that nurse she's a dick. So you gotta see me, 'cause I am free. I'm the right kind of fucked up, or I'm only happy if everyone's happy around me. I need you to be giggling. Life's too short not to take a chance, and maybe I could make those sorrows dance. And fuck your fears and what's not happening. Hell, you could be laughing again. I made an oath not to pretend. An oath not to pretend. 'Cause I'm your comedian.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? What's going on, my homies? Welcome to this is the greatest podcast in mankind's history. This is the anti-George Carlin podcast. And this is the greatest podcast in mankind's history. I am your powerful and comedic host, Ross of Nazareth. And if you are receiving this broadcast transmission, you are literally the comedic resistance. And tonight's podcast, it is March 14th, 11:58 p.m. I had a comedy gig tonight, so this is a legendary audio-only podcast. And sometimes the audio-onlys are badass because I feel more free, and I don't have a video on me. We'll get the videos going again. Tonight, it's too much work. There's too much editing. The camera, I just want to just go, dude. So this podcast is going to be badass, dude. And what did I wanted to talk... Oh, I wanted to talk about Joe Rogan, dude. So Joe Rogan, if you don't know, I'll give you a brief synopsis. A powerful brief synopsis. He is going to church now. I'm not kidding. Because he has all those bits early on in his career, like talking trash against the Bible and stuff. But anyways, Joe Rogan is talking about Jesus, and he's all like, this is a famous clip, by the way. Joe Rogan's all like, Jesus was born to a virgin. And what's more virgin than AI, dude? First of all, what a diss on AI, dude. AI gets no pussy. Second of all, that's not what virgin means. Could you imagine how dumb... Dude, our whole society believes virgin means not fucking. Could you imagine the people who wrote the Bible? Jesus was born to no fucking. Can you believe that? So I looked up the historic etymology of the word virgin exclusively on the anti-George Carlin podcast. You're getting the truth here. How Jesus like. So the word virgin, it simply means to put God first. It's kind of like how gay used to mean happy. Virgin simply meant you put God first. And how funny is that, dude? Because you always hear people talking trash on the Bible. You hear this one a lot. And this one it's really a pet peeve of mine. It's literally antithetical to America's prospering, religious freedom. I think it is a globalist agenda. And this is what people say all the time. I know you heard it. This is what they say. They go, the Bible, it was just written by people, man. And my response to that is always, the Bible is just read by people, man. That's my response to people saying it was just written by people, man. What did you expect, and why do you sound disappointed when you say it was written by people? Did you expect the book to have magic spells, dude? That Bible, when I open it, lightning bolts come out every time I open the book. I thought it was magic, dude. They're all disappointed. It was written by people, man. Well, guess what, dude? I think our ancestors were way smarter than we give them credit. Our ancestors were so smart that they didn't dismiss spiritual experiences. And they wrote the shit down, dude. How many people in 2026 are writing spiritual experiences down? I mean, I have personally, but I don't know too many people. You have an amazing spiritual experience and you fall asleep once, and most Americans kind of just go on autopilot again. Like the experience never happened, dude. Our ancestors, and we should pay homage to these beautiful ancestors that we have, our respect. We should be revering our ancestors. Too much Alex Jones, dude. I think, if anything, we should at least empathize with the people who wrote the Bible. We should reverse the whole virgin birth myth. Like, imagine writing the Bible. You're an author. You have a pen in your hand, dude. And you're writing, and Jesus was a virgin birth. You put your pen down. How could anyone ever misinterpret this simple, non-sexual statement? Because if the people who wrote the Bible time traveled to 2026, imagine their reaction when they realize people got so stupid to the point where they're only thinking about fucking and sports cars, dude. Virgin, that means not fucking, right? Yeah, dude. It means that the people who wrote the Bible said Jesus was born out of not fucking. No fucking. It's straight up Umbrella Academy. Bung! You just get pregnant in a pool, dude, in a swimming pool. This ain't Umbrella Academy, bitch. What are you talking about, Joe Rogan? You still think the people who wrote the Bible are stupid? Who's the dumb one now, dude? I thought virgin meant not getting pussy. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, virgin and gay might have the world's worst PR, dude. Virgin and gay really do have the worst PR in history. I don't understand these sexualized words. Like, how did they become sexualized? Gay once meant to like happy. Gay used to mean happy. A gay old time. It's in that Flintstones theme song. Gay used to mean happy, and ask your grandparents. But now, gay means to have homoerotic sex, dude. What? Gay really took an L on that one, dude. Virgin used to mean you were so, divinely inspired that you put God first. And then one day, our grandfathers, someone's grandfather went, virgin? You're a freaking nerd, dude. From now on, virgin should just mean you don't get pussy, dude. What's more virgin than AI, Joe Rogan? I don't know. Maybe our weird grandfathers? I don't know, man. It doesn't mean what you think it means. All right? Mr. Smarty Pants. And look, I'm not trying to get into Jesus is returning. This is what it boils down to on the greatest podcast known to the multiverse. This is the Anti-George Crumb podcast. And on the Anti-George Crumb podcast, if I'm saying anything tonight, It's simply that I dare to attempt to be more Jesus-like. That's all I'm saying. And with the current rate of how things are going in today's society, pretty soon being more Jesus-like will mean if you're wearing flip-flops, dude. Here's another one that's going to really blow your mind. I have a whole bit on this, and how do I know it's going to blow your mind? It's because it blew my mind, dude. I thought this for my whole life, actually, my entire life. I thought Jesus wore flip-flops, dude. I really believe that, dude. I just did this bit tonight. I really thought Jesus wore flip-flops. This is 100% true. And I'm doing research. I'm reading Matthew. And by the way, little plug, dude. Here's a little plug, dude. I'm plugging the Bible on this podcast. Read Matthew. If you never read the Bible, you don't have... I'm not telling you to do anything, but the really short part about Jesus is in Matthew. And it's a good read. It will literally change your life. It's relatively short, Sermon on the Mount is where it's at. Anyways, Jesus. So he didn't wear flip-flops, right? And I had this religious nut, dude. She came up to me after a show in Denver, Colorado, and she was all like, Jesus wore modern day Birkenstocks. He wore modern day Birkenstocks. And at that point in time, I was doing this lives on YouTube about all this research I was doing. And dude, not one passage, not one word in the Bible talks about Jesus's apparel, dude. And somehow we all talk about his flip-flops and white loincloth and, man, I don't know, man. It is funny to think about Jesus randomly, like, let's just say 17 years old, making a decision. Because if you're going to specifically wear flip-flops or modern day Birkenstocks, you have to make a decision. So imagine Jesus making a decision, dude, 17. From now on, flip-flops. From here on out. It just sounds way cooler, dude. It's trouble afoot, dude. In the archaic times, Jesus shows up. Because flip-flops are loud as hell, dude. He's wearing flops, dude. He saves the day. Miracles performed. He, walks away. It fades away in the horizon. Someone back in archaic times turned to another dude and said, he did that in flip-flops. Because it sounds cooler, dude. It just sounds cooler. And yet we changed the most historical figure known to mankind. The atheists will at least agree he is the most historically recognized and most wrote about human being. He is the GOAT. Jesus is the man. And he wasn't born to no fucking. I don't even know what that means, dude. I really don't know what that means. It's so dumb, dude. It's almost as dumb as people believing we're flip-flops or modern day Birkenstocks. I told the chick, by the way, in Colorado, I told her, I don't care what you're saying, lady. Jesus wore everyday shoes. I just read it doesn't talk about his apparel at all. He wore everyday shoes. Why would he he's not a trendy asshole. Breaking news, anti-George Carl podcast. Jesus Christ is not a trendy asshole, dude. He's not out there, he's not, an influencer on Instagram or TikTok. These are my flip-flops. I'm Jesus, and I'm sponsored by modern day Birkenstock. Oh my God, dude. Anyways, I want to point out that I'm kind of dumb. And when I was doing my research, and I'm not smarter than anyone, I'm not telling anyone that they're wrong with Jesus wearing flip-flops. Well, I'm just saying it doesn't mention it in the Bible. And I'm dumb as well. I'm also mentioning that live on this podcast tonight because when I was reading Matthew, I literally had to look up etymology of words. Case in point, I was reading a prayer, which I've probably said 20,000 times in my life. It's the Lord's Prayer, but Jesus crafted this perfect prayer. And in the prayer, it goes, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And right there, I had to stop. I'm like, what does hallow mean, dude? I don't even know what this means, dude. Hallow? Does that mean hollow? That's what I thought. So I'm looking up the etymology of that. And this is worth sharing. And this really struck me on a deep level. And that's why I was recommending to read Matthew. But when I looked up the etymology of hallow, it means goodness. We're probably going to distort that meaning too to gay butt sex, gay butt sex, dude. Just like gay. It means happy. Not anymore. Imagine time traveling back. Dude. Now it means homoerotic sex. You go, what, dude? What are you talking about, dude? Virgin means no fucking? What are you talking about? I don't mean that, dude. So hallow means goodness. So here's what tripped me out. If you have a choice, is God everything or is God nothing? You have a choice every day. What's your choice to be? And if the choice is God is everything, it's all love, the universe, whatever your own conception of God is God everything or nothing, and you choose God is everything, hallowed be thy name means from God, who produced everything, which you're a part of, and the ecosystem and this world and the universe, it all comes from God. And hallowed be thy name, everything stemming from God is good. That's what that means. And that struck me because imagine if you actually believe that. You essentially have no difficulties. You have no problems. There are only solutions. There are only learning moments. And could you imagine if you actually believe that? The entire universe would change, dude. You would change. You would literally change. People you love would change. You would believe in yourself. You would really believe in yourself. And that is the essence of what Jesus taught, in my humble opinion. And I cannot top that, dude. Jesus was the GOAT, dude. He really was, dude. And on that note, I can't top that on this podcast. We're ending it right here, dude. This is the greatest podcast in mankind's history. The Anti-George Carlin podcast. Shameless plug. Check out my new album, Ban This Album. Streaming on all platforms. Best comedy music out in 2026.